Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who saw us as 100% truth. Shalom to hopefully elect. Shalom to all the Akim, pushing truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere Aquaf that may be out there watching and learning. So whether you call, your GMS Columbus, Ohio branch, coming back again with another Let's Do the Spirit. And in this lesson, I through the spirit, I was talking, you know, amongst my little sister and my older brother, in the world, and I was just speaking, man, in the spirit. I try to keep my speech short for the most part when dealing with certain people, you know. But at the end of the day, it's all the spirit, what I'm saying, your wisdom shows forth, and I was just thinking, just thinking about the condition of the world, what I'm saying, and just thinking about you know, how to get by, what I'm saying, just certain things, what I'm saying, just to keep it going, but I was just thinking, speaking in general about the state of the world, and this just hit me. Death tastes good, because when you look out at the world and you look out at the way this place is ran and how it's going, all right, death is what people gravitate towards. So what's some examples, right? The way the food is, all right, that's a huge one. Okay. Just thinking about all the different chemicals and this and that they put in this food. You see, you go to McDonald's, you go to Wendy's, you go here, there, they got a million and 10, what I'm saying, ingredients, things that are not fit for the body, what I'm saying, things that cause cancer, all these different things, but yet it tastes so good. You know what I'm saying? These things are plaguing the community, the different drinks. You know what I'm saying? Even the things that are lawful that we can have, which, a lot of this food out there, what I'm saying, dealing with, this not as lawful, supposed to be, but then they're adding certain additives and things like that. And, you think about McDonald's, what I'm saying, we've all, went through that, what I'm saying, with the Rothschild situation. I'm saying? You might be eating someone's nephew or it runs deep, you know. Just thinking about all those things, man, but yet it tastes so good. You see, people live a certain lifestyle, that breeds death. This world is obsessed with sin. You see, homosexuality, that's death. You see, because the scriptures speak about that as an abomination unto the Lord. But yet people love it. This world has become so accepting of that matter. You see, so you can go around and be flamboyant and do this and do that and be accepted in this community. People love it. You see, all these things, even the way people carry themselves, the materials that we put on our bodies cause all this destruction. But yet it feels so good. It tastes so good. It's like, man, I look good in this. You know what I'm saying? But whole time they'll tell you, you go buy a deodorant that the only deodorant that work for you. You see, you smell good, you cool, but yet it got aluminum or it got this and that. Now you at risk to have cancer or shit like that. But yet it feels so good. You see? But just getting back to it, what I'm saying, just thinking about the life that people decide to live. What I'm saying? People, want to, do all these different drugs. You know what I'm saying? They want to do cocaine and, crack and whatever, all these different drugs out here. It tastes so good, you see, but it's destroying you. You see, being a part of this world in general, dealing with the way that this world is ran and governed and the everyday life that this place has put upon you. You go to the corner store, you're getting snacks, all these things. All this shit tastes so good, but it all breeds death. All right. So lock you for that. But I just wanted to make them points, because this is the world we live in. All right. And we should be seeking to be out of this place, man. All we should be trying to do is get by, you know. It ain't much prospering left in this world, man. All right. Do your work, do the work, get your daily bread and call it that, man. It ain't about being out on the scene and trying to build a certain kind of life. Okay. Like I always say, it's nothing wrong with going out and getting you some money. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you got to do to make ends meet. All right. But don't chase after a certain lifestyle. You know, the more you increase, you should be trying to pull away more, pulling away from this world, because it is easy to get caught up in these things. This death that tastes so good, America, Babylon the Great, breeds nothing but death, man. All right. But yeah, it tastes so good. But I just got a few precepts lined up. I just want to read, Lord willing, go into them, man, and may this be edifying. But this is John 3 and verse 19 to the point. It says, and this is a condemnation that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. See, let me read this in NLT. It says, and the judgment is based on this fact. The Most High's light came into the world, but people love the darkness more than the light, for their actions were evil. You see? So the way of the world, the way of this life, when with the true flourishing in the world, what I'm saying? All these things that people just say, fuck all that, man. They rather stay in darkness. You see, they rather stay in darkness. These people despise the Lord. People despise the ways of the Lord. All right. People despise living a righteous lifestyle. Okay. People despise these things, man. Instead of cleaving to these things, yearning for these things. You see, and that's another thing that I was speaking to them about. I just want to be able to be as quality and as clean as I can be while we're here. You know, trying our best to stay away from certain foods. Being able to obtain, certain quality ingredients, so that way I'm keeping my body preserved. You know what I'm saying? I need to do better studying. Just learning. Taking them time to expand your mind instead of indulging and stuck in the ways of this and shit that's killing me. You know, that should be our main focus. You see, and as always, I say that to myself first and foremost. You see, but that's what I'm seeking after. As long as we here, I just want to live as quality as I can for preservation's sake. I don't need Jake don't need no high rise apartment or no damn mansion and 10 cars and 20 women, you know what I'm saying? And I'm Hugh Hefner or somebody. I don't desire those things, man. You know, I just want to be able to go to the store and get a nice, nice cut of meat, some fresh, some good fruit. You know what I'm saying? You go to the store these days, you gotta check the codes on them and see what's the number on it. You know what I'm saying? Just a FYI, the number when the PLU code starts with a 9, so I believe that's to be organic. You know what I'm saying? The best, with the least amount of pesticides and all those things that they try to spray on the food. Okay, but you got to go in, you got to check through all these things. You know what I'm saying? You think you're doing something good, but whole time you just ingesting more of this death, man. Drinking faucet water. You know what I'm saying? All these things that breed death. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame. You know, it's a shame, man. But let's see what else I got lined up. Proverbs 8 and verse 36. It says, "But he," let me see, let me read it. Let me start at 35. Proverbs 8:35 says, "For whoso findeth me findeth life." See that? And shall obtain favor of Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. You see, the way of the Lord is life. The way of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is life. Okay? And that's what we should all be yearning for. But this world, they don't yearn for this. You know what I'm saying? Your peoples, your family, they don't yearn to be truly better. You see? They don't yearn for these things, man. They don't desire better. They don't desire growth in the manner that we do. All right. And growth starts with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You can't do it on your own. You see, this growth doesn't happen on your own. You just decide, hey, I'm going to just do it. Without the Lord, you have nothing. You see, real talk. Without Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we have nothing. You see, and it takes time, man, and it takes a lot of fighting, to really attain certain things, man, when it comes to the Lord. It takes a lot of sacrifice, pulling away from pulling away from the things that you were so used to. You see, because we get caught in these things a lot because it's so easy. Death is easy. You see, I've heard, we've all heard that phrase before. Death is easy, but life is hard, and that's why death tastes so good to this world. You see, because it's easy. The way of the world is easy. You see, but we got to seek life, true life. All right, and that starts with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, um, just a couple more, man. Lord willing. What I got? Proverbs 21, 21:16. Proverbs 21, verse 16, it says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You see? And understanding is these scriptures. That's the true understanding. Being able to grow and understand these scriptures. All right, being able to understand what these scriptures mean, being able to understand the prophecies, all these different things. You see, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You see that? Going back to that death. You see, the more you pull away from the Lord, the more you are gravitating towards death. All right. The majority of these people in this world, nobody can say in the world, I have never heard of the Israelites. I haven't heard the truth. But people shy away from those things, man, because it's life changing. It'll change your life. It'll change your outlook on the world. More importantly, it changes your outlook on the world. You see, your outlook on the world has to change. All right. You should be fed up being in the midst of wicked people. I know I am, being around certain people, just like, man, I really don't want to be here. Of course, we got to deal with certain things at certain times, but I don't really desire to be around you. Yeah, you might be cool, we can chill, whatever, but I don't desire to be here, man. You know, when I'm around brothers and men that are trying to lead a righteous life for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I feel a different level of warmth, a different level of comfort, okay, a different spirit, you know. Jake feels different in a much better way, man. Being in the midst of all this folly, man, it doesn't feel great, man. You feel the death in the air when you're around certain people and you are around, saying certain things. All right. You feel the death in the air, man. And it doesn't feel good. You see? So that's why when we are on our own time and this and that, we need to really lock in the spirit. And like I said, that's for me, first and foremost. Staying locked in. You know what I'm saying? And even in the midst of certain people, you got to keep your mind set and focus on growth. Focus on your Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? Praying always. See? But I'm going to end it here. So Deuteronomy 30. Uh, let's see. Yeah. Last two verses. Deuteronomy 30, verse 19, it says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life that both thou and thy seed may live. What is life? The way of the Lord. You see? Choose Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Verse 20, it says that thou mayest love Yahweh Shem Yahushai, thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. See that? The way of the Lord is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The way of life, Salaki, the way of life is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The ways of this world is death, man. So get what you can out of it, but lock in on the Lord, man, and keep Yahweh Shem Yahushai first. And may he increase us all and keep us all in the fight. All right. Keep us all in the Rachakudash, Holy Spirit. All right. So with that, that's it. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory again to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakudash. The round again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstones. Shalom and the Baba Ball.